There are two questions that, if asked on a regular basis, will help unlock you from identifying with the egoic mind. In this talk, I will explain the two questions and guide you through the process of working with them. By practicing this for 30 days, you will start to see the loosening of attachment to the illusory self. So question 1, on whose behalf do thoughts arise? Questioning on whose behalf thoughts arise is helpful, especially if you have a logical or analytical mind, and you may need a justification to letting go of these thoughts. It involves questioning the ownership and responsibility of thoughts that arise, whether it be during our meditation or our daily lives. By realizing that thoughts arise spontaneously without our consent and don't reflect our identity or who we truly are, it makes it easier to let them pass without becoming attached to them. It allows a shift in cognitive perspective, creating a distance between ourselves and the thoughts that arise, kind of releasing the grip of thoughts on us. One way that I've found helpful is to just ask this during the day, whenever a thought arises, on whose behalf did this thought arise? It's a simple question, but very powerful. Through this process, we can begin to realize that not all the thoughts we have are actually who we are. We have no control over them. Some thoughts are generated by our upbringing, culture, genetics, all kinds of external factors. It's important, therefore, to consider not just the content of what our minds are doing, which is actually impossible to monitor, but rather on whose behalf the thoughts arise. There are two possibilities for this. One possibility is they arise on behalf of the separate self. The other possibility is they arise on behalf on the true self, our true nature. So look and see. If the thought arises on behalf of a temporary, finite, separate self, then investigate the reality of that self. Once we realize that the separate self on whose behalf thoughts arise may not be present, we can simply drop the thoughts that arise on behalf of an illusory separate self. By practicing letting go of these thoughts, we will find that they diminish over time. Instead, we can focus on thoughts that are practical, helpful, creative, as these thoughts will continue to arise naturally. The only category of thoughts that cease to arise are those that arise on behalf of an illusory separate self. And as these thoughts diminish, the accompanying feelings and activities based on a separate self will also decrease. Question 2, am I aware? Ask this anytime during the day to access the state of stillness amongst the busyness of your daily life. We can cultivate the habit of punctuating our day with moments of awareness. And this can be simple as asking ourselves, am I aware? And then resting in the timeless pause between the question and the answer. In that moment of stillness, we can touch the timeless essence of our existence beyond the conditioned patterns of the mind. It's in the ending of the mind that we can truly find the answer of who we are. And this practice of asking, am I aware, directs our attention to the direct experience of awareness itself, cutting through the clutter taking place and going straight to the heart of consciousness. And the beauty of these practices lie in their accessibility. We can make it just a habit of asking ourselves these questions throughout the day, before going to bed, just as we go through our day. The am I aware question is kind of a twist on the old age question, who am I? But I find it more direct and without the need for any effort or mental analysis. The question, am I aware, is clear and straightforward, allowing us to rest in the pure awareness that's always present. We can set up camp in that space and really get to know it, returning to it whenever our minds are called upon to engage in the external world. The key is coming home, back home to the heart of bare presence and letting our minds rest there instead of constantly seeking and resisting external objects. Our mind will still generate thoughts, but we can find our way back to the source of pure awareness where true freedom and fulfillment and ease can be found. Please subscribe to the channel and hit the like button if you enjoyed the video. And again, I enjoy your comments and questions that you leave below. Thank you for your attention, and I hope to see you soon.